Hmm. Ah. What's up, y'all? It's Jam and Sam, and today we're going to continue with the Lufia Sinistral battle. So where we left off was we had finished the drums, and now we're gonna start on the hi-hats. Let's see. So let me grab my see. I have a pattern called symbols here. Oh yeah, that's from the MIDI. Okay, so let me just grab my stems. Final stem. Okay, so, and I think this one starts right here because I trimmed out the silence. So we have this going on right here, but it's not quite aligned. That's okay. So, now what I want to do then is I'm going to go to all and I'm going to replace, well, no. I'm going to cut out one of these, probably the crash. Looks like there's, okay, so there's a crash, there's a long hi-hat, and then there's a short hi-hat. So I want to cut both of these. Actually, I'm going to need to cut them all because if you try to put a sample on here, it just doesn't work. But actually, I could do the symbols in contact and just the crash with a sample. So let's cut the crash. We're going to paste it here. But we need it to be normal pitch. Okay. And then we can kind of cut the space here. And I move this sort of like three-quarter notes. So then we will move this to contact. And I'm also going to move this over 3/4 steps. And now here, the downbeat starts a quarter note late. So let's put a time marker here. Okay, so now I need my patch for my hi-hats. Okay. And so this is channel 7, so that means these notes need to be channel 7 as well. Okay, and everything is in its proper place already, so what I want to do now is just kind of check and make sure, see, this will be here. What I kind of want to do is just check and make sure that everything is, that all the samples I need are in their proper places. And that nothing is inaccurate, which shouldn't be too tall of an order because, oh, here we go. We have some crashes here that are definitely not supposed to be there. Okay, so let's remove those. And there's supposed to be an extra hi-hat here, but there is not. It looks like here we have 2 crashes, but we don't, that's not supposed to be there. Okay, so this stem I'm going to turn down because it's much too loud. Okay, the same with this one. We're going to remove the crashes. Wait a second. Okay, so this, there's only supposed to be one crash here. And that is, which one is that? The second one. The first one is supposed to be there. And so these are not in fact crashes, but they're supposed to be... Oh wait, no, they are crashes. Okay, so what... I think they're just in the wrong place. So these are supposed to be here. And there's supposed to be another one here. And there's not supposed to be one here. Or here. Oh, but this one actually is just supposed to move. Oh, no, wait. That one's actually not supposed to be there. This one's supposed to move. Wait, no, we need another one. Never mind. So... same thing here. This is not supposed to be here. Oh wait, no, it's supposed to move. This one's supposed to move too. This one's not supposed to be here. This one moves. So does this one. Okay, nice, perfect. And then we have the loop here. So now I just need to match the pitch. First of all, let's see. That sounds about right. And there's supposed to be a velocity leveling thing going on here where it's like... So it's supposed to like alternate between a higher velocity and a lower velocity. So that means that I want to... just push these, every other note on the odd beat down. Okay, and since it looks like this is pretty much repeated over the course of the thing, it's just... looks like there's round robin on this thing, nice. Okay, so then we'll just paste this here, and remember FL Studio pastes things in the wrong place, so we gotta move it. Nice. Nice. Okay, cool. That sounds good. Hello, welcome, Mario the Musical Toad 47. Nice. Okay, so now that we've got that taken care of, now we can build the song. So let's remove that, and then let's sort of like readjust the sizes here. This is gonna, because I made these too big. Back to normal. Now, let's put down the, what is pattern 1 anyway? Oh, strings. Okay, let's rename that strings. Which are way too loud, by the way, so we need to turn those down. Oh, wait. I'm gonna turn them down through velocity. Okay. Okay, so I think the downbeat only has the the drums and the bass. So we're gonna put this after the downbeat. And the strings will be on top. Distortion guitar will be next. Also goes after the downbeat, but I don't need that small of a snap. So now we're gonna go to, I think next is gonna be drums. Yeah, drums is next. And that goes before the downbeat. But cymbals is gonna go above drums because they're high pitched. And that will go, I think before the downbeat as well. Whoa, everything is so loud. Let's check the... Probably want the distortion guitar to go down a little bit. And I think since the distortion amount is good, I can do that from the thing. Yeah. So let's call this distortion guitar. Okay, so that crash is really loud. Turn that down. Now the drums. Oh, drums are really loud too. At least the toms are. Yeah, those toms are way too loud. So let's just turn those down to about 62%. And that snare might be a little bit too loud. Okay, so now the bass is going to go down here. So now we have the whole thing pretty much mapped out. Let's play that for a second. Oh wait, I think the bass, I removed some stuff, so then I'm gonna have to loop. Oh well, so we'll fix that in a second. Hi Sam, I love your work. Did you remove tracks from Tidal? Hi, welcome, Rausch Kandidat. Yes, I did. I think I ended my DistroKid subscription because it's kind of like just like the streaming service model is not really sustainable, so I wasn't really seeing any money from it, so I just kind of like ended it. Even though it is cheap, it's like something like $25 a year, but still I was like, I don't want to keep that. So but everything is available on Bandcamp, and if you look at it, if you do it on Bandcamp, if you buy it on Bandcamp, you have it you have the tracks, you can have the tracks on your phone as a file or whatever and just play them from there. So it's a lot better. You don't have to, I mean, of course, you can just have them there for life. And it's better for me because people, like when people pay me directly, like if people buy, like they're buying the $1 for a song is like more than I'll ever see from a streaming service. So you're not, like, the musicians lose out with the streaming services big time because we never actually see any money from it. It's just something we put up from because people feel like they have to succeed in the music industry. But I don't really, I'm doing well from YouTube, so I don't really care. If people can hear it on the streaming service, they can always just buy it on Bandcamp if they really like it. Brother, do you have any prayer requests? Welcome, always having faith. No prayer requests for me, but thank you. Appreciate it. Bandcamp is cool beans. Yeah, Bandcamp is a great resource. It's like one of the last things that I feel like is like makes it feasible for like artists to get paid for their work in some way. Anyway, so let's go. I know that so this bass is the last thing that I need. I need to loop some stuff. I think it was right here. Where you have Okay, it was after this part, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I think that was it. And now, oh, maybe there's more to it than that. Let me go and grab my stem again so I can make sure that I'm doing it right. So let's see. Okay, that track so far is just way too loud though. Oh, this part kind of repeats, I think. Oh wait, it was like just straight this part, I think. Yeah. So I just need my paint tool, and then I can just paint this over and over again. Oh wait, no, it's this part. This is like a... Okay, so this is like... This part needs to go over, and this is like the rest is like an ending. And then it loops back to the beginning, but this final note here, I do need to like push that again. Nice. Okay, so that tracks. Nice. All right, that's sounding good. Are you using Fruity Loops? Yes, I am. Fruity Loops is great. I like it. Have a good day, broski. Thank you, broski. Fellow broski. Have a great day. Thanks, appreciate it. You're welcome. All right, so I can remove these stems now. Don't need them. So, and I can also remove this percussion thing. So what I now need to do is I'm going to give everything a mixer track. I already have a mixer track for the electric guitar. Now I'm going to give a mixer track to the strings first of all. So this first state is going to go to channel 1. And the strat for overdrive is at, oh, okay, because everything is already kind of at 1. Okay, so that means this just doesn't go anywhere. Or actually, I would rather just have it all represent that to be easier. So this will go here, and then the next thing will go to 2, and then 4, 5, 6. I think we have 7 instruments, so let me just go to 7. Okay, so now we need to give the trumpet a mixer track. We will go to give the bass a mixer track. And the hi-hats a mixer track. So now Kontakt has a pretty weird roundabout and complicated way of doing mixer tracks. So in a normal thing, like that would be it. It would just be mapped like that. But with Kontakt, you have to do like plug-in out. You have to set it to like different plug-in outs and stuff like that. Kontakt is just like a really overly complicated plugin. And you don't really, like, this doesn't really, from what I can see, this doesn't really offer any much useful functionality, and except that it's doing mixing in its own plugin, which is like not really necessary at all. So let's send this to 9 and 10. Okay, and that's pretty much everything. So, oh wait, but I still have to map out everything else too. Let's call this crash. This is snare, kick, tom, high tom, mid tom, and low tom. Okay, so now give a track to the crash, but it's sending it. Oh, that's so stupid. It sends, if it's not named, it sends it to like not to like what the first one that's not named. That's dumb. So let's call this strings, and then let's call this. I don't even remember what the next thing was. Maybe it was the bass. Let's just name it something so that the FL Studio will stop being dumb. Okay, so crash, snare, kick, and then the toms we're just going to give one mixer track, so that's going to go to 7. Wait, but I think some of the Kontakt instruments already have them. Let's see. Like already are assigned to those places. So this is the hi-hats. What else have we got? Bass is there. And then we have trumpets here somewhere. Why is there an electric guitar in the strings section? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so we're sending it to Stratford Overdrive. Why is there must be something labeled as 6 or 5 here? Nope, it's just doing that for no reason, it seems. It's the trumpet here. Oh, the trumpet is going into the electric guitar and it's making it sound like an electric guitar. Okay. I think that's what's happening. Yeah, that's definitely the trumpet, but why is the trumpet going in there? Shouldn't be going in there. So the trumpet, and this is where once again Kontakt makes it super complicated. Now I have to figure out, okay, this is going to 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is going where? that would probably be this one. But why is it going in here? Why isn't just the Strat going in there? Oh, they're both going into 3 and 4. Okay, so I need to send this to one that is free. Like, I think 9 and 10 haven't been used. Yeah. Okay, so this is going here then. Trumpet. Okay, that should be everything. So now, I would like to remap my drums. So now my drums are going into, let's see, Crash needs a new place. A new place to crash. Why is 7 still there? There's nothing in 7. That makes no sense. I guess the high tom is already in 7, but yeah, it can stay there, I guess. Kind of weird, but it can stay there. This one needs a new one. No, don't do that. Snare, and then okay, so what the toms are going to 7. So let's call these toms. Okay, so now we should have everything mapped out. Okay, good. Now we're gonna go and mix everything individually. So first I want to solo my strings. And the first thing I'm gonna want to do is make this chorus because it's a very mono. And we don't like mono things. So let's make it sound quite varied. And we're gonna slow down the chorus and then turn it to half power. And then we're gonna saturate it a bit. Give it some, make it more interesting. Take the 80s out of it. And this is already quite a powerful, quite a strong string. So I don't want to do too much, but I do want to put an exciter on it. And I think these are plenty loud already, so let's turn them down. Okay, so now they sound pretty good. I think I want to separate them a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. And then let's create a reverb bus because I want to give this thing reverb, but I want there to be reverb for like lots of instruments. Actually, it might be on everything. I'm not really sure. I think there's just reverb on everything, really. Let me listen to it again. Yep. Not on the bass, though. Definitely on the electric guitar. On the drums, both the kick and the snare. Not on the hi-hats. Okay, so not there. But I sort of want a little bit of like some. I want even the things that have quote unquote no reverb. I still want them to have a little bit of reverb. So let me just make one that says like lots of reverb and not much reverb. So I can bus each of the tracks into one of these two places. The bass, I think I'm gonna keep like without actually no reverb at all, because it's dangerous to put reverb on the bass. So let's go lots of reverb here, and then let's put some big reverb stuff on here. And for the reverb thing, I kind of want to use round for this because it's very much, it's not really much of a room. It's more like fantasy reverb. Yeah, it's quite a long reverb, right? So it's like, you know, it's quite a long reverb, and it's very saturated. Yeah, it's about that long. 25% is good. Okay, and for not much reverb, let's do the same thing, but let's make it just like 5 or 10%. Okay, so no reverb for the bass, but I do want to saturate, give it chorus first. Turn it half power, and let's slow it down. And let's have it max out at about 6 dB. And then let's give it saturation. And then there's one sample in there that I don't really like very much, and I kind of want to remove that sample. This is this one right here. Let me see if this sample is better. That one's better. Maybe a little bit less volume there. And then we can do a little bit of exciter for like that high end. Take the 80s out of it. Give it that little buzz at the top. That's nice. Okay, now for the electric guitar. Let's give it it's already got plenty of distortion and it's stereo. So I really don't think we need much else. Okay, let's just give that reverb then. Nice. Perfect. Okay, so let's see. I kind of want to do some EQing on these strings here. Let's do high pass. Nice. Unless the mids are too heavy, I feel like. I feel like we need a little bit more highs and maybe lows, but less mids. That's how honestly, that's how a lot of these 80s samples are. They have like too much mid. Okay, so this bass, let's EQ it a little bit as well. And let's take out some of this mid right here. And there's like a little really high frequency at the top that I want to kind of remove. Whoops, low pass. Nice. Okay, electric guitar. Let's try EQing that a little bit. And I don't want so much... We can, like, take off some of the hello end there. Because it's gonna overbear... It's gonna, like, get like, drown out the bass. We need the bass to have most of the bass. But then there's also one sample. There was one note that was like sub bass that I really want to keep that in there for. So yeah, let's keep it open. I don't necessarily want so much presence on the guitar. I don't want it to take the center stage too much. It's supposed to be kind of in the background. Okay, now hi-hats. I think these hi-hats have a little bit too much high, so we're gonna go low pass them. Yeah, just a really subtle low pass. I think they need more like low mids. Okay, now I need to go more where the hi-hats are actually playing. Okay, so that sounds pretty good. Let's give them some chorus, because they're mono. And then we'll slow it down a little bit, and then turn it to half power. Okay, and then we're going to saturate them a bit. Nice. Lovely. Okay, so let's give that not too much reverb. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's just barely visible. Why is the crash going in here? No, sir, that's not acceptable. The crash is not going in here, though. Oh, that's the... Is that the... Oh, that's the hi-hats. I thought those sounded like a lot like crashes. Yeah, okay. Except that these, I think they need less mids, actually. Nah. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, now for the trumpet. Where's the trumpet? Okay, so that one's gonna get definitely some chorus. Slow it down. And less power. But then we want to saturate it as well. Oh, what's happening here? I think it's crashing. Saturation knob likes to crash FL Studio a lot. So what we will do then is go to backups and hope that I have a very recent back. Oh yeah, look at that. We have it's like at the exact minute as now. Okay, so we're pretty much back where we left off, thankfully. So now we put saturation knob on this. Okay, cool. Except that I can't even hear this. Okay, so yeah, that's a little more audible. So let's just put reverb on that now. Lots of reverb. Okay, and let's EQ that a bit, because if I recall correctly, it's not really... It's a little bit strong on the top end. And on the low end, let's high pass that a bit. And maybe a little bit too distorted. I think it was already pretty strong. I think we just need to mostly just need a low pass, not a low shelf. Not a high shelf. And maybe let up a little bit on the high pass. Nice. Okay, and the kick can go up to like 6 dB. And I think we can just put saturation knob on that. Actually, the saturation knob probably took care of the extra volume, like gave it extra volume anyway. Okay, so that one's gonna have lots of reverb. Nice. And the toms I think are supposed to have some panning on them that I forgot. So let me go and take another look at that. Okay, so yeah, the top one is panned. It's panned a bit left, and then the bottom, and then the low one is panned to the right. So let's do like 25%. Nice. Okay, so I think I want chorus on that because these are definitely not stereo samples. Or maybe they are, actually, I can't tell. But I still want chorus on them. Yeah, they are definitely mono samples. So chorus. Oh, that's much better. Okay, so this, let's give it saturation knob. And turn it down. Nice. Now, oh yeah, I forgot to give it lots of reverb. Nice. Okay, so the crash I want to EQ first of all. It's got too much lows and not enough highs. Not that much highs, but like, you know, you just need less lows. Yeah, there we go. And this is a stereo sample, so no need for a chorus, but I do want to saturate it a bit. And there's a little lingering bit of noise at the end of the sample there, so let me put a low pass on it. First of all, try to filter that out. That gets most of it out, but I still want to take the sample and fade it out a bit, so at the end it doesn't really do that. Nice. Okay, perfect. And I think I want a little bit more highs. Nah, not really. Or maybe just the very high highs. Ah, yeah, that'll do. Nice. Okay, so let's give that lots of reverb. No, wait, that one didn't have reverb. Let's do subtle reverb. Okay, and then let's stereo separate that a little bit. Nice. Okay, now the snare I want to EQ because in the game it has like some highs on it. A little bit more highs. Or maybe some more mids. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's more of a high mid. And then I want to remove that this low end rumble here. Nice. Now I want to do I want to try chorus on that. It might be too noisy for chorus, and it might sound a bit washed out, wishy-washy, but we'll see. That sounds a little washed out, but that's okay. So now I want to add some saturation. Oh yeah, the saturation makes... I always raise the volume just before adding saturation, but it doesn't raise the volume already. Actually, I have to lower it a little bit. Okay, and let's give that lots of reverb. Okay. And so that ought to do it for now. Let's check out how that sounds. Someone said, let's see. Aaron says, why is it dangerous to put reverb on the bass? Because the bass and the bass tends to how do I explain this? There is a there's less overtones in moving around in the bass, because in the treble you want to hear lots of overtones, right? And that's why cymbals are noisy, because they have lots of just frequencies, but in the bass you want to have less overtones, and because the bass tends to hold its tone instead of moving around, a lot of times that tone can get multiplied by reverb and it just drowns it out. So if you put reverb on the bass, I'll show you. If I were to put reverb on this bass, here's what it would sound like. Watch whenever it does the multiple note, many notes. And if you have headphones in, that tends to make it sound a little muddy. So you can tell, let's see. Versus here. So when you don't have reverb on the bass, the tone tends to come out clearer, and the starts and stops are more noticeable, of the notes. Whereas whenever you have a reverb, it just gets a little blurry, and you don't really want that with a bass. You want a bass to be very precise and exact, and you want to feel the beat in it. You don't want it to be blurred by reverb. So I want to turn down the strings now, and I want to raise up the toms. Turn down the crash. Maybe a little bit more strings. Actually, I do want that presence on the electric guitar. Okay, so that sounds pretty balanced so far. Now let's delete Edison and then we can begin to master it. So for the bass, I want to cap it at 6 dB. For a normal track, that's where you cap it at 6 dB. The bass, the kick might be a little bit too heavy for this. I might have to turn it down a bit because it's peaking a little bit too much. There we go. It's a little bit muddy. It's like the notes are a little blurring together a little bit. So what I kind of want to do is, and the SNES did this naturally, where there was a natural start, or a natural stop after each note. So the computer had to say like, hey, like before stopping this, before starting a new note, you have to stop the first note, and it stops for about a quarter of a step. So one thing that would make this feel more beaty is to just like put that, like shorten them all by a quarter step. See, now you can hear the beat a lot better. So I think the strings can be, I like them a little blurrier, and also the electric guitar, I like it to kind of blur together, but the bass, no. Cool, so the bass is now, well, like we're compressing the volume of the bass and keeping it within a certain limit. That's good. Now the mids, let's cap those. Oh, we have weak mids in this. Mids are supposed to go up to 3. So that means we need more mids. So I need more strings, electric guitar, and trumpet. So the bass is still behaving. Because I'm getting barely any mids from this thing. Okay, that's good. That's healthy right there. Now let's go to highs. Highs I'm getting a little too much of, especially when the crashes come in. So let's turn down the highs on the snare a little bit. And maybe on the strings as well. And maybe take down some of the presence on the electric guitar after all. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot healthier. This is a lot healthier right here. It's still punching in a little bit, especially, oh, when those hi-hats come in, it's doing a little bit too much. So let's make the low pass a little bit more aggressive. Actually, I think that was the crash that's doing that. Yeah, it's the crash doing that. So let's be a little more aggressive on the low pass here. Okay, and then let's put I think I hear a lot of that snare coming in on that, so let's put a low pass on the snare. Okay, that's a little bit more well behaved, at least when there's not crashes, you know? Crashes still push it a little bit overboard. We can turn down the crashes maybe. So the most difficult part is whenever you have lots of crashes. Let's go here, let's go there. Okay, so that part is getting... Turn down the trumpet a little bit. Turn everything down a little bit. And that part is supposed to be a little bit thrashy, so yeah, that can work. So I'm hearing a little bit too much electric guitar. Oh, I forgot there's a part of the guitar that's supposed to loop. No problem. Nice. Okay, so there is supposed to be a oh yeah. See, because like here is supposed to line up with there. So there's a like, I think that same place where the bass is supposed to repeat, the electric guitar is also supposed to repeat. And I have my snap-on too small with this. So it's supposed to go right here, definitely. Oh, look, we actually don't have this bass here. And we're suffering from a lack of mids again. So, maybe I can just raise up the mids. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Oh, the kick is like doing a lot of the bad stuff to the highs over here. I always forget about the kick when it comes to the high. Okay, that's a lot better than, now look at that. Much more healthy. Nice! Nice, I like it. Okay, now we need to loop it. So, I think it just loops straight because that's just, except that it doesn't have the downbeat here. So, let's cut that off. And then we'll just zoom out. Select this. And Control B. Nice. Kind of want less bass here. Okay, so for an ending, I want... Whoops, I don't want to do that. I want to say less is more and just remove some drums, mostly. Yeah. Da-da. Nice. Nice, I like that. Cool. Okay, so the composer for this is, I had to copy and paste it. Okay. So, that's good. This will be on YouTube. I don't even, might have to figure out how to get footage for this. But this should be on YouTube soon. I still have to get the last thing I did on YouTube. Good, I've been trying to record the thing. I'll probably just have to take some footage from archive.org. So this will be on YouTube soon. There, dude, Lufia 2 now, from great to great. Thank you, great big eyeball. Welcome. Now, yeah, this is a commission. So this is a commission from Lufia. I think we have one more song from commission from Lufia. So that'll be fun. But other than that, I'm not really going to be doing lots of it. So, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so this will conclude our... Well, I've only been here for an hour, but maybe we can try starting on the other one. So we can start on the other one. I'll spend about 3 hours on that. So, or 2 more hours on that. So let's go start a new one. And the let's see. Oh, but I need the stems for that one because I don't have a proper MIDI. So let me go and maybe I can make stems here. I had to get... I think I can make stems with... So this is the one that we're going to be doing. So it's like the ending theme of the game. That was the next commission. So, and I don't really remember in Kuroneko because everything is in Japanese. Okay, so... Ah, here we go, wave. And I don't know what these options are. Let me just try wave. And then go to stems. I just tried exporting track number 1. Okay, so I can remove these stems and then, yeah, it saved it. So let's see what it saved it as. Nice, okay, that works. So let's name this 1. And then I'm going to go to 2 and do the same thing. You guys won't be able to see this, but it's happening. Name it 2. Channel 3. Name it 3. Channel 4. Name it 4. Five. Name it 5. And then I don't think 8 actually has any audio. I think that's like the sound effects line. Let's see. Oh, there is something in 8. Okay. Okay, very good. Now, for these stems, I think a lot of these stems will be able to be like detected. So let's edit an audio editor. Let's normalize it so that the computer can hear it really well. And so there's like a actually, I don't want to normalize it because that's really loud. So I can't tell when it actually repeats. I don't think it actually is repeating. That's crazy. I think it's, oh, maybe because it's the ending, it just plays once and then fades out. Okay. That makes it easier for me. So convert to score and dump to piano roll. Actually, it's preferable that it's the same volume because then it'll use the velocity. Okay, so let's see what we get. Okay, so the notes look right. They look good. Now, what I want to do is replace this with contact. And also, I need to know what the tempo of this is, actually. Funny enough, it looks like it's perfect. With a little bit of it, there's a little bit of drift. So it's actually almost, I think it's almost right, maybe? So this is going to be, I think it's mostly, it goes from English horn to oboe. So my English horn is here. This we can glue. Control G. Okay, this part we can stretch out. And I think here is where it goes to, here's where it goes to, like, oboe, no? To the future, ending theme. Yes, to the future, that was the name. Yeah. So... Yep, that's the oboe part. So... This part's gonna be glued. And so is this part. So is this part. Why did this part not get glued? Why is it not gluing that? So dumb. That's the dumbest thing ever. Okay, so just make this longer then. Okay, and then it goes back to oboe. Let's put down the MIDI pattern here. So that means that the oboe parts I want to send to... Now, what part does it go back to English horn? Okay. Right here. This is to be glued, but it's not going to listen to me. This one listens to me. So apparently if it doesn't want to glue them, it just doesn't. This one it doesn't want to glue, so it's good. So let's just drag it out. And this one it doesn't want to glue either. Okay, so this part is oboe. So let's send that to channel 2, because the oboe will also be a contact patch. So this is going to get glued, but it doesn't want to, so we have to drag it out. These are all going to get glued. This one doesn't want to get glued, so we're going to have to improvise. This one doesn't want to glue, so drag this out. Whoops. Control G, okay. So now there's some drift here. Let's see what the drift is. Oop, this one needs to be extended. So it's definitely drifting here, I can tell. Yeah, I think it's supposed to end right here. Nice. Okay, so that works. Except for here, I can't really tell. And then I need to adjust the tempo so that fits. Nice. But this one looks off. Okay, so this part looks like it's off because it's supposed to end here. It's supposed to... Yeah, this is off. So this doesn't actually end on the thing is the problem. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so now we adjust the tempo. It's probably going to be some like half a tempo point again. Nice. Nice, okay. So that works. Now for the oboe, I just have to drag the patch in mostly. Let me delete this sampler. And then once we get to the oboe, And I think these are definitely gonna have to fade out. At least the oboe is anyway. Needs more. Nice. Cool. I like that. So, let us... I think there's going to be a... We can make this our melody pattern. Oh, no, there's not really any melody before this, I don't think. Let me see. Let me put back all the channels. So we have harmony mostly at the beginning. And bass. Well, bass is harmony, so. And so now what I just want to do for this is there's a little bit of internal drift here. And so I think that one peaks at this part. Yeah, so that is really the beginning of the melody here. So we can keep this as our melody track. If I have to drag, looks like I have to drag this here for it to fit. Okay, so if I quantize that and I make sure that, okay, this is like the smallest note. Wow. Why do I have it set to like, oh, it's on a fourth. Okay. And I think there's one really small note here somewhere. Yeah, this right here. Actually, two of them. Okay, so maybe I shorten it to half a step. Yeah, half a step will do. Okay, so if I quantize that, it should be all right. Except here, let's fix that. This one shouldn't, this one's too short. This one should be here. Okay, and what I now want to do is I want to give it that, wait, this is too short. And so is this one. So what I now want to do is shorten it. I want to shorten it so the notes stop a little bit, like a quarter of a step before they start again. But I don't want to do that to the flam here. This is already so short that it's like I would rather just have it run into the next note. And this note should be here. Okay, and the entire line should cut. We're going to remove this space. So this will be our melody. And that note, that one of those notes sounded too quick. Is it supposed to be that quick? I don't know. Let's check. Okay, it is supposed to be longer than that, but this one's a flame. Yeah, that one's supposed to be that short. This one, however, is supposed to be longer. Oh, there's supposed to be a flam here too. I don't know why there's not. What happened to it? I think that's a half a step, yeah. Nice. Okay. So that works. Cool. Okay, so this melody. It also doesn't sound, it might be a different patch from the, but I know it's a Roland, so. Yeah, I need a brighter one actually, so I might have to go and get that later. Welcome, Victor Reed. Welcome, Kronos. OMG, can't wait to see the final result. Love your job, man. Keep it up. Loving the DKC2 videos. Thanks. Glad you enjoy it. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to find a better patch for that later. I think I had one. Like I got all the patches, but then I removed the ones that I just restricted it, deleted the ones that didn't work. So maybe I'll go and take another look at some of them. Because I don't need to load up the hard drive for that. Okay, so let's bring these two. Okay, so there's two more that I have to choose from. Let's try these. Whoa, what happened to FL Studio, man? Okay. That's better now. So, within Contact, I have this one. Let's see how this one feels. Getting there. It's still, I think they brightened it up a little bit. It looks like the same sample, but they brightened it up. Yeah, so they might have just put like a massive like EQ on it. That's looks like what. Let me try the other one again. That one's like even bright. That one's brighter. I like that one best. Because this one's the same thing, it's just like... It's just shortened. And there's no low pass on it. Well, I disabled the low pass. Cool, so that works. Yeah, alright. So let's go now to the next stem. Let me just remove this for now that we're finished with this track. Okay, so we'll keep the melody here, since it's supposed to go at the top anyway, but I have to note that it's somewhere around here. I don't know where. Okay, so stem 2 does not start, also has a lot of space, which makes me think it might be an echo. Oh, that's the strings, okay. Okay, so let's edit this in audio editor. And then I'm gonna stop the thing first, and then we're gonna go to convert to score and dump to piano roll. Okay. So this is gonna be part of the melody, I think, because there's not like a bunch of string stuff going on. It's just that one string. So, and it has the same amount of space, so we can just put it here. So let's go add some strings. And then we're going to paste those strings in here. Oh, wait, but I think I copied it from the channel rack, which is going to erase everything else. So I have to go and cut it from here. And then paste it here. Okay, and this is going to be a little bit hard. It might be a little bit tricky to edit independently. But I don't think there's any, like, I think I can just glue the whole thing. There's not really any, like, notes that are actually repeated. Yeah, I can just glue that. Control G, glue, but I have to do legato. Oh, no, it's because, okay, so I'm going to have to separate this. Let's go find first empty and call this strings. Paste that there. And this is going to go to channel 3. Alt-C to change. And then we're going to Control L for legato so that all the notes just kind of run into each other. And then we're going to Control G so that it glues everything together. But I think it's supposed to be an octave down. Yep, that's it. Okay, so these notes, I need to make sure they're in time. And I can see some drift already. This part drifts kind of a lot, and it's going to cause trouble, so let me... Oh, look, it's steadily drifting until... Okay, so I can pretty much just stretch all of this out. Just Control A. Do sort of a preliminary stretch. This part I find a little bit confusing, but okay. Okay, so nothing really looks too out of time if well, that part does. So if I quantize this, I should be able to, I think the smallest increment is like 1 step. So if I just quantize this by the step, this ought to work. Okay, so quantize. And there's that one point where I think it might be like take the wrong point. Yeah, this part right here. Cool. Okay, cool. So that part. And there's there's 2 notes there. So it does da da da. There we go. So why is this not aligning very well? Oh, this is the melody, that's why, duh. Okay, there's another break here. But are there, I think there's a lot of repeats here. Except for this part. So there's like a... Nice. Ah, there's like da 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 dee da do do. So I think that at that point it fades out, but there's not really, it's not a repetition of anything because it just has a natural fade out. So there's no real, but I hear one more note, so let's see. And the game doesn't detect the note, but I hear it switch. Or like the FL Studio doesn't detect it, but I hear it switch. It's here. Yep, and then that's it. Okay, so that's good. We've got that. But I want to keep the strings and melody in there. I think this is where the string starts. The string starts a little earlier. Oh no, they don't start. Okay, so they just go on, hang on later. But the strings are a little loud, so I kind of want to turn them down. And the English horn is a little quiet. I'm gonna say the oboe is probably a little quiet too. Nice. The thing that really sounds bad is those strings are just horribly low quality even from the original. I kind of want to look again for other, like, to see if I can find the same strings but higher quality in the Korg M1 or something. Let me see. See, now that does sound familiar, but there's other layers in here. I can tell. See, maybe it's this one. Maybe it's like... Maybe this one sounds like the same. Oh, I have to put this on channel 3. Let's say strings. Oh, it still doesn't even do channel 3. Crazy. That's dumb. Okay, so I guess I'll just do regular this thing. But it doesn't sound like there must be like a different part of this. This might be the same one. Let me temporarily set the strings channel 3 to channel 1 and just solo it. And so I want these to be the same pitch, so I'll go da. So let's see which one of these strings I can use. Nope, not the same. Oh, that's the PWM strings from the wave station. That doesn't sound right. Maybe. Yeah, that's the same sample for sure. But this one, no. The lower sample is not. Oh. This sounds like the same sample. That does sound like the same sample. That sounds like it's all based on the same sample, which they compress in different ways. Okay, so we have a few options here. Let's see. And let's send this to channel 1 because it's only going to work on channel 1. So let's see. So in the game, it pretty much sounds like that. Oh yeah, that's the same. See, this is a better sound, I feel. Let's see what happens when it goes up higher. Oh, except that part sounds kind of bad. We need a more consistent sound. That one sounds a little better. No, that one doesn't really sound the same. Nah. That one sounds the most. Whoops, that's the old one. Okay, that one sounds more consistent and better. Nice, so I say let's go with that one. I'm gonna remove these notes for now. Actually, let's just mute that part out. This one sounds much better and closer. What is that? I didn't ask for that. That's crazy. Why did it change? Oh, this is such a bad plugin. So bad. It just completely changed the sound on me. Okay, so how do I stop this? Let's just clear that, and then I'm gonna go to this. Try to load the sound that I had before it just completely changed it up on me. Okay, there's the sound. And I think I have to do this okay. Yeah, I think I have to say okay or it reverts back to its old thing. And there's some reverb on here that I don't want. So let's remove IFX. Oh, it has a transient now. Nice. Somehow I have no idea how that happened, but you know. So basically just sounds like a higher quality version of the 01RW version. So, we have this. Much better. Good, because that old one was like so bad. It sounded so bad. So okay, so that's our strings. Now we can remove that. And then the next thing we have is, oh, we have for the next, oh, we have a bass here. Okay, so let me remove the space here. Actually, I'm gonna need to do that again. Let's go to the audio editor, trim side noise, and then we are going to dump to piano roll. The sample is too big to be analyzed. If you continue, the program may crash. Let's do it. Wait, I didn't tell you to. I think it just did it. Did it just do it anyway? Wow, it asked me and then I pushed the X and it just did it anyway. Like, that's not, like, just pushing X is not a yes. Crazy. Okay, so, but it's good that we didn't crash, so that's great. Now I just need to stretch this thing. This looks nice. This looks perfect. Yeah. Okay, so what I now want to do is Control L for legato, and then Control G for glue, and then I'm going to Control Q for quantize. Okay, and that looks like it has good results. And now, because since this is I want to do the same as I did for the bass last time, Control A to select all, and then just shorten all the notes by, oh wait, that's a step. I want to shorten all the notes by 1/4 of a step. Whoops, I have to zoom in for that because I can't see what I'm doing. Just want to take off a 1/4 note here, or no, 1/4 of a 1/4 note, 16th note. Actually, no, that's like a 16th of a 16th, 1/4 of a 1/4 of a 1/4, something like that. Okay, so now this is going to go to a new pattern called base. And then we're going to put this into contact, and this is going to go to channel 4. Alt-C to change, and then we load up our base. This is going to be channel 3. I forgot to change this back. Okay, and the base is going to be channel 4. But it does need to be louder. Nice. Sounds good so far. Okay, perfect. I don't really need to do any changes to that. It's easy. So, okay, that's just the original. Now, the next thing we have is the electric piano. But I do want to put the bass in here first. The bass is going to go down here, so I want to leave some space. Now, the next part is the electric piano. And so for this, I want to trim side noise. And it looks like there's definitely some panning on this. Was there no panning on the like E strings and thing are center? Let's see. Oh, there's a guitar in here? What? I forgot about that. Okay, so it does fade out, in fact. Okay, so that's what this business is all about. Wait, that's the first channel? I do not see that in here. So wait. Okay. Hold up a minute. Let's get that stem again. Okay, so what I think happened is this song absolutely does not stop there. Kiro Neko messed up and gave me a bad sample for all of these, so I have to redo these. So for some reason, Kiro Neko just fades them out way before they're done. And they actually last, song actually lasts a long time. So we just like are missing a lot of information. So maybe Kuro Neko is not the best thing for this. Oh, I think it's I can't even read this. It's in Japanese. But I think I'll have to use SPC tool instead. Okay, so this is gonna take some time, but I have to find SPC tool. Where is SPC tool? Oh, there it is. Okay, so now I just okay, so it's working. All right, we're making progress here. Just a few moments more. This one's going to be slower though because it's actually doing the whole song, whereas Kironika was just not telling me it's not doing the whole song. That's why it went so fast. Okay, so here's 4. About halfway done now. Ooh, did it stall on me? Okay, there it goes. 6. Um, 7. And 8. Okay, so that's very good. Now, refresh that, and now I want to take stem number 1 again. Hear how long the song is. This is a long song. Look at that. Does it repeat? I don't know. I can't tell. Oh, that's loud. Okay, so it quits out, it conks out right after the guitar part, right before the guitar part. Okay, so let's, does it actually repeat? Do I need to... No, so it is actually just one long song. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Okay, so this is, so I want to say no this time because apparently X means yes. So let's save this as to the future. And then let's convert to score and dub to piano roll. But I don't want to do this in bass. I want to create a new pattern. Let's do this in melody. Okay, now we wait. Oh, still going. Making progress. Seems like it's stalled. Might have frozen. Thank you for restoring these iconic SNES titles. You are good at what you do and it's much appreciated. Thank you, Based Seraph. Welcome. Glad you enjoy the tunes. Okay, so... Definitely froze. I can't even open it now. Oh wait, it's still I think it made progress before, so it's probably still going, maybe? Yeah. Okay, it is still going. Just taking a long time. Yep, definitely almost there. Okay, there it goes. Oh, it's still computing segments. Oh. Okay, so now here's that long track we have. And if I go to all, should be able to see. No, why not? Oh, did it put it all in contact? That's stupid. Like, don't do that. That's crazy. Like, just undo. So if I'm gonna save this as a score so that I don't lose it. And then I'm gonna go undo that because I have stuff that I need here, and FL Studio just deleted it without my consent. So, okay, cool. Now I want this. I'm gonna put this in strings for now because I think some of it's in strings anyway. And so this starts over here. As you can see, the notes that I already have overlap with that. But here is where I think it doesn't. Why? Just shift down, man. What in the world? Oh, do I? This is so dumb. No, don't do that. We don't need all that. Okay, so this one. Oh, wow, I think it's all the way back here, yeah. Okay, so this is the guitar part. So that means that I can delete this stuff right here. And so this part, I think there's a bunch of strings here. Yeah, so there's strings over here. Which means that here is the strings patch, so I can leave that here. And then I'll just take this. This is guitar, so I'll take this over to the contact. And then this will go to channel 5, I think. That's where we'll put the guitar. And the guitar, I already have that in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. So we can go and grab that. Okay, so let me see when exactly this starts. So this is one long note, so we have... Okay, so wow. I think this might be too low. Yeah, this is like too low. So we need to go up an octave, first of all. Okay, so first of all, I don't even care. At this point, there's so many split notes that I don't even care about the long ones anymore. Let's just control L and control G and see what we get. And I don't even know if this part is right. Okay, so I think that's right. It's just the timing is really wonky. So da 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 da. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let me follow the original with that. Okay, pretty good so far. Ah, here we go. More English horn. Oh, we have a little bit of a, there's one that got glued together here. Ah, and you have a flam that didn't get, copied. So it's about the same length as the other notes, so we should go... And then there's supposed to be a flam over here somewhere. Okay, so I think all of this is... So this will be channel 3, I think. No, channel 1. Wait, I think that's the oboe. Why is that so high? Yeah, it should be an octave lower. I don't know why it's an octave higher. Okay, but that's okay. Let's I need to grab only the guitar and that last part. So this... I think this should be here. But I don't want to do that on a quarter step. I want to do that on a regular step, on a whole step. And this should definitely be shorter. I'm already seeing some drift here. So let's shift C to select all these, and then I'm gonna stretch this over to here. Okay, and now I definitely see that I have some like quarter notes, like some really small notes here. So let's Control Shift and click. Make sure that these are not affected. I think this is the smallest one I'll allow. Okay, so the rest I'm gonna set to, let's try half a step and then go. Okay, that should be good for to work off of. This all has to be the same length. And so this, actually, I will do a quarter of a step for this. Actually, no, that was good for half a step. So we can just do Control Q over the whole thing. Actually, no, this part will not be. So let me go back to where I had selected all those. Okay, here we go. And now I think just like all of them can be. Yeah, they can all just be like half a step because you have this right here. And so half a step will work for all of these. Then I just have to edit them. So yeah, this. Are these supposed to be like triplets? I think they're supposed to be triplets. Yeah, these are supposed to be triplet time. A third of a beat. So let's quantize that. Okay, and I think this one's supposed to be a triplet. No, maybe not. I think that one's just supposed to be a step. Yeah, that makes more sense. And then these, I think, are all. No, that was like a thirds, I think. Yeah, that one's gonna take a while. Why restore? You're basically creating another production of the original composition. Because there's it gives you a lot more fidelity, and I'm using the same Yeah, it's going to be a lot higher quality. So you're hearing a lot more crisper of a sound. And people seem to enjoy that, so I do it. But this is going to be tricky right here. Yeah, this is tricky. Da, da, da. So here's the original sounds like. Okay. And so that must be probably actually steps. Okay, yes, but they're shorter. And so here's more triplets. So these should be half a step, or triplets. And this is going to be a step, I think. No, it's going to be like half a step. Nice. Okay, and these are all going to be steps. No, they're going to be thirds. Looks like it. Actually, more thirds. Okay, so it looks like all of these are thirds, really. Yeah. So this... Oh, what's this here? Oh, there's a flam there. Okay, that's good. Now this part... Definitely gonna be in steps. And this is just really just a repeat of the other part. Yeah, it's just a solo of the other part again. So we can remove that. And the note keeps going for some reason. This strings is like needs to go down at like 2 octaves. And this is not here. Is it? I don't know. Can't tell. Nope. Okay, so it looks like everything else is pretty solid, except there are some notes that are actually. I'm gonna try. So these are all gonna be glued together. Control G, but I have to do legato as well. Yeah. Control L, G. 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 L, G. L, G. L, G. Control L, G. Control L, G. L, G. L, G. Oh, I think that one was supposed to be actually separate. Okay, so that's a long, annoying note. Now I just need to see how much this is supposed to be stretched. I can tell this is supposed to start here. Whoa, what the? Why would you do that? Like, there's. The studio is just freaking out on me. Okay, I can see where it's like drifting now. It's like. Okay, so here's where it's supposed to be. It's where it's supposed to end up. Unfortunately, it looks like this is all just. Yeah, this is all just 4/4. There's no triplets in here. And no flams either. Oh wait, there's some internal drift here. Hold on a second. Oh, I think that last note is actually supposed to be before. Yeah. Nice. Cool. Okay, I missed one of the groups here. Control LG. Okay, and now I think, yeah, just quantize it by the step. Why did this one not get quantized? Whoa, that's so dumb. Look at that. It's not even quantizing it. Oh, there it is. There it goes. Third time's the charm. Nice. Okay, that's annoying. Oh, look, it got, some of it got quantized a little bit off. Okay, maybe I can undo that. Because now I need to control A. And just move that. Okay, now that should work. Control Q. And does it fade out at all? No, it's just straight sustain. Yeah, but we can raise the volume on that. Also, the velocity is low. Okay, but that works. Then we just have that, there's this chorus reprise over here. Okay, so that's our melody line, pretty much. Now, let's see what the strings have in store for us. Let me see how much time I have left. Half an hour. Can you do Sonic games? In theory, yes. I've never done a Sonic game or any game on the Sega Genesis, but Sega Genesis uses what's called FM synthesis, frequency modulating synthesis, so it's not based on samples. There's no sources to find, you just have to find the patch info, and then I would convert it to something, to a FM, like an actual FM synth, like Citrus, and so then you have like actual generated FM music in high quality. That would be the theory, but no one's ever commissioned that one. Sounds like a put you to sleep music. I like it. Yeah, it is kind of put you to sleep music. It's ending music, nostalgic ending music. Looks hard. It is hard. But yeah, this is a commission, so I'm fulfilling the commission. And yeah, so strings are going to be. I know this note's going to be extended out a bit, quite a bit. So now the strings are the only, like the next thing. And so it looks like we have like another, it's another layer. Wow, that's aggressive. I think that's too loud too. Okay, so this should all be strings, I think. No. Oh, it switches. So I already have these strings, so really I just need to, I can go, and to make it easier on the thing, I'll just cut this out of the algorithm completely. Trim side noise, and let's try this. Let's see how this works. It's gonna take a while, but actually I will probably save this first. All right, here we go. Let's go. It looks like it's going a lot faster now. I can remove SPC tool now. Okay, computing segments. All right, looks like it's finished. Okay, so here's our string line then. And some of this is actually oboe too, so I think this will go under the melody. This comes after the guitar, okay. So now, one thing I do want to put this in strings instead. So this is going to go after the strings. And it looks like, oh yeah, these are the other strings. So this can go in here as well. And so it looks like, first I want to correct the drift. Okay, so this looks like the right way. Okay, very good. So now let's Control L and then Control G. And then we're going to Control Q to quantize everything. See how that works out. And let's Alt C to change it to channel 1. Okay, and so this is going to be here, and then I'm going to have to cut it because the strings come back here. So we have strings here, and then the oboe comes back in here. So, okay, so these strings have to go down an octave. So let's go Control down. So here's where the oboe starts. And I think it's just this section that it plays in. So let's go and cut that. I'm gonna go back to melody. Okay, so there is, and the strings here, we want them to be in the strings pattern, so So first I think they might be here, the oboe. Maybe it starts here. Okay, yeah, it is here. Okay. So nice. Okay, so it's got to go up an octave. Now, the strings, I'm going to pull back to the actual strings channel. The strings pattern, I mean. Okay, but why is it overlapping here? Maybe because it's not actually there, it's just like, oh yeah. So it has to be, I think, where is it? Oh yeah, it's earlier, okay. So it would be here, and then we can stop the strings there. Why are the notes bleeding into each other so much? Is there like a lot of release on this? Oh no, that's just because the original is playing. So we have more than... Oh my, those strings need EQing. So that means that whenever I put one here, they should overlap. Yep, there's 2 strings on that part. And then it stays strings for the rest? No, there's more. And this part is wrong. Okay, and then it's strings again. Okay, so let's cut this. Bring it on over to melody. Okay, but that should be here. There we go. No, but not in strings. Gotta be in there, and I think it should be channel 2. But it should go up an octave. Oh, there's also, it also got glued together. Okay. So since not all of that is a melody, let's call it woodwinds, or let's call it winds. So let's see now if anything else. I think the rest should just be strings, right? Okay, so now let's see if channel 1 changes instrument at all at the end. I didn't check for that. Oh, it looks like all of this is just strings. Okay. So we've got that. And the only thing, so the next thing is to get the rest of the bass. Okay, so that would be channel 3. Oh, it's actually higher than I thought. There we go. Okay, so now we will drop. I think I might have 3 already, yeah? Oh no, that's the old one. Okay, we can delete that. Or I can just drop it back in there and it'll replace it. Wait a second. Okay, just reload it then. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so go... I don't really know where to cut this. Like to cut off the beginning. Because it's all one line, it's not gonna start and stop. So I think I'll just... So I'm gonna save first, and then I'm gonna go and do the recognition. Could take a while. Oh no, it's going fast. Oh, because there's less notes. The less notes means it goes faster. Cool. Okay. So now this goes up an octave. These notes are already done. So this part here, okay, so I'll just stretch this out. Pretty simple. And there's not, the bass is easy because because bass is easy to detect. There's not a lot of overtones to confuse the algorithm. There's not really a lot of places where it's like getting confused and it's splitting the notes. Also because it's just really long notes. So let's LG. I think this is supposed to be here. Whoops, don't do that. That's in the... Okay, so that means now I just need to quantize this. And then I'm going to cut this. Well, wait, what? Okay, quantize. Cut. Oh, wait, there's still more that I... Oh, wow, okay, so I actually can cut some more. And so let's move this up. And I'll actually up 2 octaves. And this is going to go to 4, I think? Yeah. And I don't remember if I can't tell if this is 2 notes or not. Okay, so it is 2 notes. Nice. Cool. And that does have reverb on it, surprisingly. I think in this case, to have reverb on the bass is okay because it's not doing a lot of rhythmic stuff. But when you have a lot of like fast notes going on, and like they're the same pitch, it's gonna bite you. It's not gonna sound good. So in this case, it's okay to have reverb on the bass. Okay, and then it looks like it just ends, so yeah, it finishes here. Okay. Cool, so now we've got everything so far. Now, what my other concern is like, is there like any panning so far? That's what I was doing before I sort of like had this realization of, oh, it's like not long enough. So, I know the bass has no panning. Checking for panning. It doesn't look like anything is panned so far. No, everything's just mono so far. Okay, so next we have our electric piano, which is panned. I can tell like the first channel is panned to the left, and then second channel is center, and then the next is right. So let's drag this out. But this one needs to be reloaded because it's the old sample. Okay. Now this one shouldn't take too long either because it's not a lot of notes and it's not complicated. I'm hoping this won't take too long. So let's find first empty, call this ePiano, and then we'll save and dump, convert to score and dump to piano roll. Let's see. Yeah, it's going quickly. It's pretty long. It's long notes, so it's not going to take a long time since there's doesn't seem to be a lot of movement. Hi, welcome, Ian Cotley. Your work has inspired me, a small subsection of a niche community, to restore the soundtrack of a game we're all deeply passionate about. In the same game, use the same samples. I'd like to say thanks for inspiring us to do this as a small community. Great restoration work. Thank you. I'm glad I could inspire you. I'm glad you enjoy the tunes. Yeah. That sounds great. Always keep creating music. What's the community there? You have any music, any tunes to listen to? Okay, so this looks like it finished. Yeah, cool. The piano layer 1. So this and so I'm gonna cut this, go to all, and this is from the sound canvas, but there's the sound canvas ePiano is just, I think, from a preset from the Yamaha DX7, for which we will use the. I don't have that in my favorites. Weird. So we'll just use Dext, which is a VST that simulates the DX7. And I do believe that the preset used is Electric Piano 1, which I don't necessarily have like on file right now. It should be. I think I have to load it up. Okay. I downloaded the. You have to download the preset, like the original Yamaha DX7 presets, and this is in ROM 1A. Oh, I have to load the stupid SysX cartridge. Okay, so with that, okay, now we have ePiano 1. I think it was ePiano 1. So this would be here, and it's not doing it. Okay, here it is. Okay, so now let's remove this silence here. And let's see how much we need to stretch this out. Should be right here. Actually, maybe not. Maybe because it's the whole song, it might be here. Ah, yes, that fits much better. Okay, so gluing these together is going to be tricky because you have a lot of notes that are just... Oh, but you also don't have very many, like, split notes. Okay. I think I saw like one split note here. Yeah, this one, Control L and G. And this one, L, G. Also this one. Okay, so now we just have to quantize all this, and I don't think anything is smaller than a beat there. Except this. What's this? Half a beat then. It doesn't really get smaller than that. Okay, so quantize. And then I want to check on this part, because this part is... Okay, cool. So it's pretty good at that. Okay, that works. Okay, so now we just need to pan this like 25% to the left. 29 or 28 will do. And maybe we could use a little more velocity here. Velocity changes the sound with this synth, so it's very important to have the right velocity. Okay, so now I can remove that, and then I'm gonna cut, well no, I'm gonna bring in channel 5, and now channel 5 will be converted to score and dumped to piano roll. Let me save it again. Okay, so this will be the center panned layer. 64 uses several samples from the SNES games like Super Mario Kart. You can see another childlike over, and some of your streams have helped identify samples. All right, yeah. There's that that video game restoration community too that identifies a lot of samples, but they're really picky and they won't like put it up there unless it's absolutely like they go through like a whole thing. There's some stuff that I'm like, yeah, I've known, like they just found, and I'm like, I've known that already for like years. But there's also some stuff that they found for me, and I'm like, whoa. So it's a hit or miss with them. Like they found the chant to, or someone in there found the chant to Primal Rave from some movie, and as far as we can tell, it originally comes from that movie. It's not from like a sample library. So wide variant different. Yeah, I heard about some games like used like actual vintage sounds from other games, which I don't know how they can do. I guess if it's all made by the same company or they license them. I don't know. Got Platform Zone, one that uses a Glover drum loop. Thanks to your documentation / streams, we've been able to get into high quality. Yeah, everything from Glover I just used from I found on the the Glover sheet, like the video game music restoration sheet. So that one I did but a lot of Donkey Kong Country was the Donkey Kong Country was the only one that I kind of blazed the trail myself. I've sort of stopped looking for new samples. But I used 100%. That was the video game music restoration sheet for Glover. Robot 64 is indie. Oh, okay. I was thinking of Roblox. Yeah, I was thinking that was like an official Roblox game. I don't know. I've never played Roblox. Samples could be hiding everywhere. Yeah, they could be anywhere. Some of them are just impossible to find, like Donkey Kong Country 3 GBA. I'm not able to restore a single song from that except for Mill Fever. Mill Fever is the only one that was possible. So anyway, thanks to that chat, we now got our line here. And so this line will go also to another dext, which if we clone this one, we'll be able to make this center so that it's panned differently because DX7 was like a sort of mono thing. You didn't really have control over any sort of panning or anything. So here's the other layer. As you can see, we have silence at the beginning and some drift, but thanks to this, we can kind of see even better where the thing is. Okay, but I think I stretched it wrong. I think it was supposed to be back. Yeah, that makes more sense. Nope, doesn't make sense. Oh, I think it's here, is it? Yep, it is. Okay, so with that, we will quantize. And there's one split note at the end that I didn't get to delete. Okay, and I'll do the same measure for this one. Nice. Okay, so now we'll clone it and create another dext. But let me make sure there's no like split notes in this one because there was a few split notes in the last one. Okay, here's one. Another one. It's nice background music while editing. It's a nice chord progression. Okay. So now this one will be panned to the right a little bit. And so we'll remove that and drag out this. Do 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 dee da 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 da. At least the rest of it seems to be a lot easier to convert. Okay, let's save in preparation. La da do da da. Okay. Wah 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 wah. Okay, so let's cut this. And go to Dex number 3. Let's Control A, stretch this out, remove that last sample, and then we will Control G all of this. Just go through and make sure, okay, here's some split notes. Did I put the snap wrong? Because it's drifting a little bit. Okay, the snap definitely. Oh, I see what it is. Forgot about that silence in the beginning. Okay. Control Q, and yeah, that ought to do. Cool. That sounds great. So I think now our time is up for today. Yeah, right at 3 hours. So I'm gonna go eat and do social stuff. Waiting on that Yoshi's Island playthrough with your music. Well, Yoshi's Island isn't finished. I don't know. Maybe we'll finish Yoshi's Island. Oh yeah, yeah. We'll see. Maybe I can do some more Yoshi's Island. Welcome, Uber Priest. So yeah, it's when that'll be way down the line though. There's a lot of music in there. I think I did quite a bit of Yoshi's Island, but I did like a few songs. But yeah, that'll be an idea for another time. Let's go through these what we have so far. I think all we have left is the drums. Yeah, because after the drums, it's just yeah. These are the Roland CR78 drums, which is exactly what DKC2 uses at some point, like in Bayou Boogie. And then this, I think, is like another drum. What is this? Ooh. Oh yeah, that sounds like the sound canvas. That's definitely the sound canvas snare. Okay. So let's drag that in there for now, just so we have it later. But let's listen to what we have so far, and then next time we'll go get to the drums. Nice. It's coming along nicely. I think next one we do will be our last for this commission. Hey, welcome 8-Bit Alchemy. Love your work. What part of the process are you on right now? The end, because I am about to leave, unfortunately. But this part of the process is basically we've gotten all the melodic instruments, and next we just need the drums. So tomorrow or whatever day I come back, we'll do drums. But this one was particularly difficult because there was no way to rip the MIDI, to rip the music data from the game. So I had to just use stems and just have FL Studio's pitch detection algorithm convert them to MIDI, which was not very accurate. Well, it was accurate, but it had needed a lot of fixing up, cleaning up. So that's what we did today, pretty much. And yeah, we'll come back with the drums again tomorrow. But for the drums, we're going to use a fan MIDI because FL Studio is not designed to detect drum beats, unfortunately. But alright, yeah, thanks for coming to the stream, y'all, and we will be back again likely tomorrow.